So again, good day guys. Today we're going to discuss about the evolution of media. Communication plays a vital role in the lives of many people. The ways people communicate vary as we talk, read, write, sing, dance, and pray. We deliver. Communication began as drawing on walls, carvings on barks of trees, and leaves of a plant called papyrus. As the population increased, people became more disseminated with lots of ideas in mind. These ideas developed and passed on to groups of people where knowledge is communicated and transmitted. Let's find out how traditional media evolved into a new digital media. So as we can see, the first stage of evolution of media is called as pre-industrial age, or also known as the prehistoric age, that was before the 1700s. People discovered fire, developed paper from plants, and forged weapons and tools with stone, bronze, copper, and iron. Ancient man was forced to be creative with communication and keep it consistent to maintain a common understanding. When speech originated around 500,000 BC, communication was changed, but the system was not perfect and needed assistance. While verbal communication was used in ancient times, symbols and images were still used to portray information. The earliest proven form of this is cave paintings. These images usually included scenes of hunting wild animals or stencils of human hands. So as we can see, the first stage. Communication for ancient man became more complex as the variation of cave paintings evolved into pictograms. Pictograms are images that represent a simple place or object. Later, ideograms were created and used to communicate concepts. People during ancient times can often be depicted as savage and unintelligent, but the opposite is true. The communication crafted during this period moved from simple drawings of people and animals to visual communication that could express entire ideas with one symbol. Their brain power fueled the original use of all types of communication that evolved into the channels we use today. While communication saw a lot of advancements during ancient times, that was only the beginning. Communication saw new developments between ancient times and the 15th century. But if we delve into all of that, our entire history would be reading or writing about communications history. While it is interesting, we've all got things to do. So I'll keep it brief. For the most part, communication before the 15th century included verbal communication and limited written communication. People spoke to each other and wrote handwritten notes for an individual or a group. This all changed after the printing press was invented. The Baisheng and Wangsheng dynasties in China invented the first printing press in the 1300s, removing the need to handwrite all paper messages. About 150 years later, Johannes Gutenberg of Germany crafted a modernized version of the printing press that was able to mass produce printed materials. The next stage of evolution of media is what we call as the Industrial Age. It covers 1700s to 1930s. People used the power of steam, developed machine tools, established iron production, and the manufacturing of various products, including books, through the printing press. They were saying that it was triggered by the British Empire's imposition of taxes on paper in 1760. Gutenberg's version of the printing press started the period known as the Printing Revolution. Printing presses were found in cities all across Europe and were used to print large amounts of materials that were meant for widespread distribution. Written and printed materials became all the rage, leading to even more innovations to create, duplicate, and circulate it. The invention of the printing press gave people the ability to conveniently produce large amounts of written materials. But more importantly, it supported the flow of information among people. That is the true purpose of communication, sending and receiving messages. And eventually, that also became possible. The next stage of evolution of media is what we call as the Industrial Age. Gutenberg So now guys, let us talk about the third stage of evolution of media, which is the electronic age. It covers 1930s to 1980s. It says here that the invention of the transistor ushered in the electronic age. People used the power of transistors that led to the transistor radio, electronic circuits, and the early computers. In this age, long-distance communication became more efficient. So obviously, we call this age as electronic because we have already moved from the steam machines that we were using before in the industrial age, in which you can only produce print medias like the newspaper, books, and other reading materials. Now in electronic age, we can already use electricity or electronic gadgets to communicate, to give and send messages. Now I will show you some examples, class, of different types of electronic media. So the last stage of evolution of media is what we call as the information age, or also as the digital age. It covers 1900s to 2000s. The internet paved the way for faster communication and the creation of the social network. People advanced the use of microelectronics with the invention of personal computers, mobile devices, and wearable technology. Moreover, voice, image, sound, and data are digitalized. We are now living in the information age. So obviously, class, it's called as the digital age or the information age because there are lots of things that we can get or we can easily access the information using the internet or using the computers. So we have these different applications that's under the information age or the digital age, like the Facebook, we have the Instagram also, we have the Twitter, we have the Pinterest, and the other applications that we use to get information. So if before we need to read different information taken from books, which is under the industrial age, and then afterwards we get information using different electronic gadgets. Now, information is easily available using the different applications and different softwares. So that is under the information age. Now in this generation, we are enjoying the modern way of communicating to different people. Probably it helps us because we can reach those people who are actually far from us. And at the same time, we don't have to spend much to communicate with them. Unlike before that we need to buy stamp and we need to go to the post office to send a letter. Now it is unlimited that we can communicate to other people. But how do you think that the media affects our belief, or how does the media influence our belief, our culture, and our lives? So definitely, social media improve creativity and social awareness for our society by interacting with other people and sharing new ideas and opinions. On the other hand, social media has influenced our culture in negative ways because people can share whatever they want to on social media. Like when you can post anything, if you have grudges, if you have problems, you can just post it, and some of them might be inappropriate pictures. So you know guys that when you post something, you have to consider also what is your position in life, your age, even your religion or even your culture. You have to consider them. And also, of course, you have to put in mind how would your parents react when they see what you have posted. That's why we have to be very cautious about that.